the bad dogs out there in Australia, be warned, the Dogfather is here to whip you into shape. But he's not just looking to tame the naughty pups, he's also here to keep unruly owners on a very tight leash.
I'm often the last resort. It's got to a stage where they desperately need help. So what's the worst fear?
It's not fixable.
I'd just love to be able to help them with if I can.
Training the dog or we're training us?
Bit of both.
I saw him help us. Not just fix it, but give us the tools for the rest of our lives.
I should do this for a living.
Let's go to the Dogfather himself, Graeme Hall. Graeme, you seem a little bit scary. What exactly are your disciplinary methods?
Oh, listen, I wouldn't call them disciplinary methods. I think it's a bit like people, this. You really want to be emphasising positives. You're not going to get anywhere by just beating up on people all the time and telling them when they've got it wrong. And it's the same with dogs. You can only get more of the behaviour you want, right, if you make it feel good, if you make it feel rewarding. Yeah, sure, sometimes you need to say no as well. It's a bit like us, isn't it? But it's just about getting that balance right, you know? So...
Here's a question. Which is harder to train, the dog or the owner?
Well, now there's a question. I'm going to change that round. What's harder to train, a dog or a British owner or an Australian owner? Now there's a question. Dogs are dogs. So, dogs are dogs wherever you go, pretty much. Although, albeit you've got Australian cattle dogs, we ain't got so many in Britain. But the phrase that I heard so much over there, and I love this, is, I'll give it a go. I would say, right, we've got to train this dog. This is what I think the method is. And Aussies are always saying, yeah, mate, I'll give it a go. And I love that. Now, listen, I'm not going to knock my own countrymen because we say I'll give it a go as well. But sometimes here, because I'm back in Blighty right now, you do get a little bit of that, well, I'll give it a go, but it's not going to work. I never heard that in Oz, and I love that.
That's right, we're an optimistic people. Graeme, I need some help. Can you help with TV presenters that behave badly? Waleed here keeps humping my leg.
Yeah, I mean, what goes on behind that desk is nobody's business. So,
that's a good point.
Well, it's our business. Would you rather bring it to the front of the desk? Is that what you're...
We have a desk for a reason, Waleed. We don't need the people to see it.
Oh, misunderstood.
It's a bit of a worry. But let me tell you this, if I'm watching the project and I hear one of you say down boy, I know what's happening.
Oh, wow.
Graeme, what's the biggest mistake you see dog owners across the world repeatedly make?
Yeah, do you know, this is the same all around the world. We forget to reward the good behaviour. So let me give you an example. You got a dog who's barking, he's doing your head in. When he stops, instead of saying good boy, which is logically what we should be doing because we're telling him that being quiet is good, we often either do nothing or we end up scowling at him. You know that thing when the dog's done your head in and you're looking at him going, you little... At that moment, he's stopped barking. You should tell him he's a good boy. So we often forget to reward the good behaviour. If you don't reward it, you get no more of it.
Dogs behaving very badly, Australia starts tonight, right after this show at 7:30 on 10 and 10 Play. Graeme, thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.